Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today, I have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. My beers are back here. Here's something else. These things here, what do you guys do with them? I'm thinking I'm just going to collect a whole bunch of them and bring them back to breweries and be like, here, you want some 4-pack holders? I got loads. Maybe I can glue them all together and they can be what I hold my beers on when I'm doing my reviews. Ooh, that could work too. Pay all this deposit on the cans, but not on those. Anyway, today we're looking at this. This is from Regina Brewing Company. This is Regina Genuine Draft. Ooh, this is the only Regina beer that I've seen so far that has a different label than all the others. Well, the other ones are all different labels, but they're just different colors. The labels are the same. This is the only actual different label. Made in Regina, the Queen City of the Plains. 4.5% alcohol by volume. Ingredients: water, grain, yeast, and hops. 102-1377 Hamilton Street, Regina, Saskatchewan. This premium prairie lager is amazingly refreshing, boasting a clean, clear, and crisp taste that can be enjoyed on any occasion. Ooh, where is my can holder anyway? Where did it go? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Y'all were not lying when you said clear. Like, look at that. I know it's not good, but I have had urine that color. Like, look at that. The head is already gone. Okay. Crystal clear. Beautiful golden color. Sent out of the can. Grainy, tinny, and dirty. We're not going to smell anything out of the glass because the glass is way too full. Because I am an idiot. Yeah, nothing. I know I didn't cheers you first. I'm sorry. I had to get some of that out before I caused alcohol abuse. Okay. Now, as most of you know, and for those of you that don't, I don't drink my beer cold. I drink my beer at room temperature. So, if there is faults, they usually pop out rather well. I'm not getting many faults on there. I'm not getting any faults on there. Can't say I'm getting a lot of flavor either. A little bit of sweetness up at the forefront, a little bit of dirtiness at the back end, tiniest touch of a biscuitiness. Exactly what the can says. This is a clean, crisp, easy drinking beer. You get this cold, and it'll just fly down your throat, no problems. 4.5% alcohol, so lower ABV, so this can just fly down your throat, no problems. All in all, that's a beer that can just fly down your throat, no problems. Like, how many times can I say that, right? Again, if this was cold, I could drink a lot of it. I believe I saw it on sale at the brewery. I can't remember the exact price tag that was on it, but it was reasonable for craft beer. Now, the problem with a craft beer like this, the only problem with a craft beer like this, is you're paying high-end prices. You're paying craft beer prices for a beer that you could get the same style of beer out of a Miller or Coors or a Bud. Or in this case, you could probably get a beer that if you had it cold, if it was warm, it wouldn't taste as good. But if you had it cold, you could probably get a beer on the same level from Minhas. And that's not something I want to say because that's almost a slap in the face to Chris. And it's not. I'm just saying that if you're looking for just a easy drinking lager, you can get it all over the place. So it comes down to whether or not you really want to support local, or whether or not there is a brewery that you really do like, or is close to your home, or of many different varieties of things. It is a nice beer. It is. It's a very easy drinking beer. This is a beer that if my dad came to visit, I'd probably buy a 12-pack of it for him for a few hours. Then I'd have to go buy him. My dad can't come to visit. Beer's too expensive here for him to visit. I can't say it's a bad beer. I can't say anything like that. It drinks well. It tastes fine. It's just not overly flavorful. So, I mean, that's where it comes down, right? Are you willing to pay that price? That's what I'm saying, okay? So, a 12-pack of this, even if a 12-pack of this is like $24, right? If a 12-pack of this is $24, but say this tastes comparable. I haven't tried this yet, but let's say this one tastes comparable to that one. Not knowing, right? But there's probably one of their lagers that tastes somewhat comparable to this. So if I'm looking at 20 something for a 12-pack or 113 for an 80-pack, the 80-pack is the better way to go. However, if you do want just clean, crisp, easy drinking with no odd flavoring, no anything like that, this is the better way to go. So it depends on what you're looking at. Are you looking at quality, quantity? Are you looking for the in-between? Because if you're looking for the in-between of quality and quantity, you're probably looking at something like this. Or this is actually cheaper than... Now, to go on the same topic, this guy and this guy are kind of the same type of idea, right? Just beer. This guy is cheaper than this guy. So, are you paying the big money? Are you paying the middle money on the higher end, the middle money on the lower end, which is probably a domestic, or the minimal money, which is the Minhas, for beers that are all probably close to the same? I'm sure a lot of people will be able to pick out the differences, but I'm also sure that a lot of people wouldn't be able to pick out the differences. And that's where it comes down to, right? Do I like this beer? Yes. Would I buy this beer again? Yes. Is it top tier for a lager? This is something that could win an award at a beer awards because it hits everything perfectly. However, personal enjoyment, I would buy it again. I don't think it's top tier, but if I'm looking stylistically, yeah, it's a top tier beer. But again, this is about whether or not I love the beer. I could buy this. I could buy this on draft, sitting at the brewery, talking to my buddies type of thing. This would be a great beer to just keep buying because there's nothing to it. You can just put a whole bunch of these back and be done for the night. Walk home. Take a taxi. Do not drive. Yeah, it's a solid. I'm giving that a 7.25 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a solid beer. I would buy that again. At the price point that's at, this might become one of my beers of choice just to buy and have on hand. Anyway, guys, thank you. Bye-bye.